Good afternoon, everybody. It's Cook with Rialto Academy, and we're here for our regular, maybe not regular, weekly talk about DAAR's talking points and also some industry updates with some of my favorite industry professionals, Karen, Ekofo, and Christina Smith. Yay. Good afternoon, guys. Happy to the month.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
Especially you, Karen. You know, this was a hard one to schedule because we are, you know, you are very busy this year, right?
I think I have some gray hairs.
I believe it.
Yeah. Has it today? You are a champ, though, and I have all confidence that you are leading the charge and being neutral, being the Switzerland of the transaction, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are a roar. Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, let's start with the DAAR talking points for the week. We have a couple of things. One, a motion to dismiss the buyer lawsuit.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I don't see Susan anymore.
Oh no.
We lost her. Oh, there she is.
There I am.
There we go. There we go.
Yay!
Yeah. And let's see.
It's the fun stuff of doing it live.
Yeah.
I know, and especially on my hotspot because Ekko Title. I am actually in Karen's office today, and Ekko Title is so secure with your data that they do not have Wi-Fi. So y'all can all be confident that Ekko Title has your data secure.
Woo, yes.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
So yeah. I really want to get this out. And Christina, come back, log out and come back in, honey, because you're black there. So NAR is filing a motion to dismiss that buyer side lawsuit that we all are talking about these days. Yeah. National Association of Realtors announced it has asked a judge to dismiss the class action lawsuit that accuses them and major real estate companies of conspiring to determine buyer agents' compensation. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and I am a real estate professional, and I'm really happy that NAR is stepping up to the plate and, saying, look, let's stop wasting everybody's money here, which is my dues.
Yeah.
Get rid of this frivolous thing. If you're out there, if you're a realtor, or you're in the home services business, this, how this all shakes out is going to, I have a feeling. So let's keep, do you want to become a broker? DAAR is going to have real estate law courses beginning on 5/29. So to become a broker in the state of Virginia, you must be a licensed agent for 36 out of 48 months, complete 180 classroom hours of real estate broker pre-licensing courses approved by the VREB, and pass the PSI Virginia exam for brokers. So it begins on May the 29th, and the class dates are the 29th, June the 5th, June the 12th, June the 19th, June the 26th, July the 7th, the 3rd, from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. That's a lot. That's a lot of hours. I teach broker classes, and I don't teach that long. I only teach 4 8-hour modules. So anyway, but this is about DAAR.
Yes.
Join us 2019 for Bagels with the Board of Supervisors tomorrow morning at DAAR. you can have bagels with the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors, beginning from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 a.m. And you can register on the DAAR, the Dulles Area Association of Realtors website. And plan to attend NVAR's contract form changes class on 6/27. It will be held at DAAR June the 27th from 10 a.m. to 12. And Sarah Petcher with S&T Law Group will be holding the class. And these are the changes that are going to be effective on July the 1st. And I did speak to Miss Karen right before this broadcast, and I asked her if she was going to have a class, which I'm sure that she will have a class too. So stay tuned. We may, as June progresses, we may have some announcement about Ekko providing some training in our contract.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I have for this week, ladies. Christina, do you want to go next?
Sure, absolutely. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about ways you can actually disqualify yourself from obtaining a mortgage while you're under contract. So there are certain things that your lender should advise you not to do when you are under contract. Number one would be do not purchase anything or incur a new credit card. You want to really try to use cash when you're under contract. An example of that would be I had a client that really needed a vehicle, so we advised her to maybe purchase something that was around $1,000 and then after closing get something else. And unfortunately that client bought a car that had a $600 a month payment, which increased her debt to income ratio and therefore disqualified her for her loan. So that was terrible for her because she no longer could purchase her home. A second tip would be don't charge up any credit cards. So just to further go on to that point. So things like buying furniture. Try to set some cash aside before you go under contract if you want to buy furniture while you're going through the process. Things like yard equipment as well. And also don't change your job. So you want to stay employed so we can keep you qualified. And if you're staying at the same employer, make sure that you stay W-2'd. If you are W-2'd, don't go commission-based. If you go commission-based, then we're going to require 2 years worth of income tax returns, which you won't have at that point. So just a few tips to try and keep under your hat while you're under contract for your new home. That's all I have.
And 2 out of those 3 scenarios has happened to me.
I believe that. I do.
I have seen every single scenario happen.
Yeah, but I actually did close both of those, but it was not without some gnashing of the teeth and body knuckles. Oh my God.
Right. Some stress, some extra stress.
Lots of stress.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to your.
I need a new car. I need a new car.
Just buy a beater for right now. Wait for the fancy car later.
Or,
one thing at a time.
Wait to buy the furniture until after you close. And really that's the best because then you'll be able to get in, measure the space, kind of visualize and, see what you're going to need.
Yes.
And you'll know too, because hopefully everything will be unpacked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Miss Karen, what have you got for us today?
Wow. So, I think there's been a lot of discussion lately on, and I had this scenario this morning with curing HOA violations by a seller, and then what happens if, say, it results in the appearance of the house being slightly different. Because, for example, you do your home inspection first, right? And the HOA comes after the fact, after you've already done your home inspection contingency removal addendum and you've negotiated all that. And they say, really sorry, but the siding on this side of the house or whatever is the wrong color. You need to replace it. So the sellers replace it and the buyers get upset because the paint color, siding color doesn't match. You know? Alternatively, another example would be a deck. They never got a deck approved, you know, and so they have to take it off, and then the buyers get upset because the deck is gone. So one of the things, number one, the seller by contract has to cooperate with all notices of HOA violations. They have to fix it. But the other part too is that the house has to be in, and I think this is a really key word, substantially the same condition. Not exactly, but substantially the same condition. So if your siding color doesn't match, but it's substantially the same, you know, they have performed. So too often I see buyers get upset and say, no, it's not exactly like it was. And you kind of have to really work on that communication. Hey, they have to correct this violation. It might result in a slightly different appearance, but this is something that has to be fixed. With the deck, what I have seen done, because I have had cases where a deck was put and it wasn't approved by the HOA, either because they didn't go through the formal process, or they built the deck too big, or they used the wrong color wood, which happens. So, you know, the buyer, if they are like, hey, we like the deck, we want to keep the deck, and we're willing to take that risk, but it's a big risk, right? A big risk. They need to speak up and let their agents know that and have that type of communication. It's a risk that I would not recommend. You know, I would try to say, hey, look, let's try to get this approved by the HOA, because that's, you know, pretty big risk. But, you know, the seller has to comply with.
Let me stop you right here, because I know what the risk is, but what is the risk?
Well, the risk is, I mean, the HOA has some pretty powerful tools under the statute, right? So if they have sent you a notice of the violation, potentially, they could drag you into court and make you fix it, right? If you're like, I'm not going to fix it. They could put, and I'm not really sure how they would go about doing it, because I have not seen it, but they could put a lien against the house. I lean more towards that you might end up in court with the HOA.
No, actually, they will fine, and they will put a fine. And once they do the fine, then they can put a lien.
Yeah, they could do. Yeah, so that's how they could get that, or they could just say, you know, we're going to skip this and we're going straight to court. Because there is, I looked at the statute. I'll have to go back and check the code section, but you know, they can bring you into court to get you to fix the violation. So, you know, the buyer risk, and they have the right to make that decision. They risk inheriting that issue. Yeah. Right. But, you know, if they want to accept that, you need to communicate that. Or if you're going through the fix and say, look, they have to fix this, you know, understand that this might result in a slightly different look on the house. And, you know, you just have to realize that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good
point.
Very good topic. So, are both of you ladies very, very busy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Right now, I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon, ladies.
Good.
Good. We like that.
Yeah.
It means
I know you and Karen are both work online, and we're going to have a first-time homebuyer seminar here really shortly.
Yes, ma'am.
Details?
Yep.
Okay. Where's it? What date is it going to be on?
The homebuyer seminar? I think it's June 29th.
Okay.
It was June 20th.
Yeah. Oh, the 20th?
Yes. I'm pulling up my calendar right here. So the 20th, June 20th from 6 to 7 p.m.
Oh, no. This is wait, I think we have two. We're getting mixed up.
Okay.
Yes. Are you talking about the one that Jim and I are doing? Okay, yes. That one,
Jim?
Yes,
yeah.
That one's on June 29th.
Got it.
It's from 10 to 12 at Brambleton Library.
Okay, June what? 29th?
29th. I think it's from 10 to 11:30. at Brambleton Library. Christina,
Okay.
you're going to be coming to that.
All right. So we'll hear in our following sessions here. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about at all? No? Yes?
No, other than, you know, we're here to help, and,
Yes.
you know, even if the deal is going south and you need a second opinion, pick up the phone and call us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have someone do that today. Absolutely. We're always here.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome, ladies. Thanks for doing everything that you do. And take
Thank
care,
you.
everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
End of the month. All right, let's get this thing.
Okay, you're off.
Yeah.
So I'm able to put Chrome onto a Mac